Hey, and welcome to my journey. Today's video is a weigh-in. First of all, we have to eat, drink, and be scary because it's almost Halloween. Yes, it is, and then it'll be gone. What are we going to do then? Well, we'll get ready for Christmas. That's what we'll do. Listen, Christmas is already in the stores. There ain't no waiting to get ready. It's already in the stores. So, what we're here for today, did I say we're here for weigh-in? We're here for weigh-in. Now, let me take a drink. Coffee. It's coffee. What I weighed this week was exactly the same to the 10th what I weighed last week. Thank goodness it was not a gain. So I was 302.2 for a zero change, and that keeps me at 74.9. 0.1 away from that. Okay? You're saying, but you had weight loss surgery. You should have already dropped 50 pounds. No. In theory, maybe. On paper, maybe. In reality, no. It does not happen for some of us that way. I'm going to talk about that in a minute. We talked about it last week. There's this thing called the 3-week stall. Now, it's not like set in stone 3 weeks. It can come or go. You know what I mean? But part of the weight loss that I'm considering, I mean, don't get me wrong, this is discouraging because you do think, oh, well, I know it's not a magic pill. I knew that going into it. I told you it's a tool. It's a tool that I have in my box to pull out. And it has helped me because I'm sure I would have gained by now if I had not gone through what I've gone through the past, well, it's 3 weeks after surgery. Yeah. And then 2 weeks before. So counting that 2 weeks before, when I lost so much weight, for this total of 5 weeks, when I started this, the day of my pre-op diet, I was 335.6. So that is, from that day to the day, 33.4 pounds. I don't count that as something to snivel at. The nutritionist told us in both of our classes, and I know I'm beating a dead horse, but some people may not see every single video that I make, and they may not know every single thing that I say. So that's why sometimes us YouTubers, we repeat what we say in different videos because everybody doesn't watch the same video, and it's pertinent information to what's going on at that time. So this is pertinent information to what is going on with my weigh-in. The nutritionist at both visits, at both classes, said, now, if you, and she wasn't talking to anybody in particular, she was talking to the whole class. She didn't know who was losing, who was not, none of that. She says, if you lose a lot on your pre-op diet, you're not going to lose a lot after your surgery. Probably. Let's see, she didn't say you're not. She said you're probably, it's likely, you're not going to lose a lot right after surgery. I'm thinking, okay. Well, who knew I was going to lose 29 pounds in 2 weeks? To me, that's unheard of. That is a feat in amongst itself, in and to itself. So this last 3 weeks, when I haven't even put it down, 4 pounds? Not quite 5 pounds. When you total it with the 2 weeks before, then I think it's a very good average. I think it is. Now, here's what's happening. It's called the 3-week stall. And I was thinking last week, I did the 3-week stall. Okay, it was almost, it said it can come earlier, come later. And I was thinking, well, I'm almost been had the surgery for 3 weeks. But this morning when I was thinking about it, I'm like, it was 3 weeks from when I started losing, which is a stall is you're stalled from what you were doing. You were going along, you were bebopping along, you were doing your thing, and all of a sudden you stalled. Like a car going down the road. You're going down the road, and then when it decides to stall, it stalls, and you're stopped. You're stopped until you get your car fixed, you know. Well, I looked back at the first 2 weeks, and then the first week, I lost, let's see, the 29 point whatever, and the first week was 3 point whatever. So that first week after surgery, I lost 3 pounds. And then since then, I think it's 0.8 these past 2 weeks. I think if I can remember in my mind's eye, looking at the tracker, I do it healthy, the healthy app. I think it's 0.8 the past 2 weeks, because 0 today. So 0.8 last week. If you look at those first 3 weeks, That's when it stalled. That is when I stalled. First 2 weeks, first week after surgery, there's 3 weeks, then I stalled. 0.8, I consider that a stall. 0 is obviously a stall. So I've put things on my Facebook group that I'm in. It's a local group, so it's not worldwide. It's just a local group for us at our local hospital. I'm not the only one. It's not something I'm making up. It's not something in my head. It happens to a lot of people. I just happen to be lucky that it happened to me. But there again, I have to go back and say I've lost 33 pounds. Yeah, over 5 weeks' time. That's nothing to sneeze at. I think it would have been like the nutritionist said, had I not lost much during that first 2 weeks before, I think I would be dropping some off now. But here's the thing. Hold on. There is and let me thank my dear friend Becky. She sent me an email the other day, whatever day that was I did my grocery haul, Tuesday. Oh, we'll talk about that in a minute. She sent me an email. She took a screenshot of me on the day I found out when my surgery date was, and a screenshot of that day. Oh my, what a difference. I don't think I see it until she showed me a before and a current, and I can see it. A lot of y'all have told me you can see it in my face. Well, I can feel it in my clothes. I had to take off my engagement ring part, the diamond ring part, because it kept twirling and twirling and twirling around my hand and getting on my last nerve. So I just have my wedding band on. So there's ways I can tell that I am losing it. It's shifting around, it's moving, it's doing its thing. They say take measurements, which I told you I didn't because I wouldn't keep up with it. So I didn't even bother starting. But I can feel it in my clothes. And apparently I can see it now that I've been shown, hey, look. So I appreciate that, Becky. I do. It was like eye-opening for me to see that there was such a difference. But on our, I've looked this up. The 3-week stall is a thing. Google it yourself. You'll have to take my word for it. Google it. Google 3-week stall after bariatric surgery. You'll find all kind of articles about it. This article is one that was pinned. It is pinned at the top of our Facebook group, and it gives a big long, it's a pretty long article. I just picked out the high points to let you know kind of where my body is at the moment. First off, it starts letting you know there is a weight loss curve. It's like the learning curve. There's a weight loss curve. You don't get weight loss surgery and go zoom and zoom all the way down. You're going to have times just like I'm having right now. And that's not just the first 3 weeks of surgery. That's on down the line. You might have been had your surgery for 3 months and all of a sudden you're stalling. It happens. That's how the body works. So weight loss stops for a lot of patients and then seemingly for no reason starts again. That's what I'm waiting on. I'm waiting for the seemingly no reason part. It'll come. It's going to come. Listen, I have not had over 1,000 calories. I've not had 1,000 calories. I'm staying around 700 calories, maybe 800 calories. I'm only eating what I'm supposed to eat when I'm supposed to eat. I'm doing the 30-30-30 rule, which is so hard. It is difficult, let me tell you, but I'm doing it. I'm working it. I'm making it work. Sometimes I want to eat. Sometimes I don't want to eat. Sometimes I feel like I'm starving. Sometimes I'm just like, oh, that's all I can handle. But I don't eat more than my pouch can hold at one time. And then I wait the appropriate amount of time, after there's no drinking. And if it's like I have it set up to where I can eat every 2 hours, I have snacks and food available to me. If I decided that I want something in my body every 2 hours, no matter what it is, I have it available. At first, I think I was really, really hungry in the beginning because I was just on liquids. And I just wanted the sensation of food in my mouth. And then I got on the pureed foods. And it seemed to kind of start to ease up. And I'm on soft foods now for several days. And it really has eased up. There's more body to my food. There's more bulk to my food. Then I'm feeling it more in my stomach. So I'm not always just ravenous like at the first. And I thought, if I'm like this all the time, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? But I'm not. Now, like yesterday. Now, yesterday, I was pretty hungry yesterday. I was going to tell you, I don't have like, my belly knows I'm talking about food because it just gurgled on me. That is something I should have put, things I learned after having the weight loss surgery, is your belly will make some noises you did not know it could make. It will just gurgle and twist, and oh my gosh, it's crazy. And whether you're eating or not, it's just doing it. It's just doing its thing. But I don't have necessarily hungry days like I used to. Boy, before I had my surgery, I mean, I had hungry days where all I wanted to do was eat all day long. And some days I did. I would just go at it. Whether it was anything I'm not supposed to have or I am supposed to have, I would still eat it. You know what I mean? You can eat too much healthy food. Let's get that straight. You can have everything in your house healthy, and if you overeat, it don't matter. Of course, it's worse if you overeat the crappy food, but if you're trying to stay in calories in a range of points, whatever it is you're counting, then you can overeat your range. So I would do that. Well, I'm not necessarily now having hungry days. I'm having like, could you call it hungry meals? Like I'll eat. I'm like, whew, I'm not really full, but I stopped because I know constant overeating will stretch my pouch at some point, and I'm not going there. I'm not going there. So I eat my little half a cup of food, and I'm done. Don't go back until at least 2 hours later. And here, the past few days, I've not, except for yesterday. Well, no, not even yesterday. I just was hungry, but I didn't eat every 2 hours. But I felt hungry. When my liquids get off, if I start, because I'm doing the 30-30-30, but like your liquids can get off. Like I can have a cup of coffee, and then I overrun my time. I'm like, oh, I didn't finish my cup of coffee in that 30 minutes, which sounds crazy. How do you not finish a cup of coffee in 30 minutes? Well, because I don't sit there and guzzle it. Then my 30 minutes is up, and I'm supposed to stop drinking before I can eat the next 30 minutes. So then sometimes it bleeds over, and then it keeps on and gets me off a schedule. But I stay on the 30-30-30 schedule, not necessarily the clock schedule. So anyway, we got off on all that. I'm eating what I'm supposed to. I'm not eating junk. I'm not eating sugar. I'm not eating fat. I'm eating almost exclusively protein, which is what I'm supposed to be doing. I have my carrots. Hadn't even eaten all those because I make sure I get my protein in. And if I get a half a cup of protein in, I don't have room for carrots. Now, I did the other day just have carrots for a snack, which is puff air. But I'm getting my half a cup of protein in, and that's what I'm supposed to be doing. If I can make room and get my protein for the day, which is 70 to 100 grams of protein, and I'm hitting it. Let me tell you, I'm hitting it. Now, I do have to drink a protein shake a day to get it, because eating a half a cup of food at a time, you know, how many times during the day, it's kind of hard to hit your protein goal. Even though chicken is very high in protein. Oh, let me tell you this right now. That roaster that I bought at the, did I then tell you? Oh, I told y'all what I was going to do. That roaster, that rival roaster that I bought at the Habitat for Humanity for $10, I told you I wanted to put some chicken thighs in there. Well, when I went to the grocery store Tuesday, I bought my chicken thighs. Boneless, skinless, right? I didn't feel like messing with no skin and no bones and none of that mess. Put 10 pounds of boneless, skinless chicken thighs in that roaster. It took 90 minutes. And let me tell you, that was some of the most moist, juicy, fall apart, nowhere close to dry chicken I've ever made in my life. So I got it all chopped up, got it bagged up in 2-cup portions, and put it in the freezer. That way I can pull it out for recipes, whatever I want to make David, chicken casserole, chicken noodles, chicken dumplings, chicken, whatever. Take my little half cup off of it first, and there's our meal. So when that runs out, I'll definitely be doing that again. I'm wondering if I can't do the same thing with ground beef. I think I can throw in probably 10 pounds of ground beef and let it go. Because I used to, back in the day when I did a lot of freezer work, I would cook my chicken and my hamburger ahead of time. That way I would just be able to, if I want to make sloppy joes or tacos or spaghetti, I could just pull that hamburger meat out at the last minute, thaw it, and then I'd be ready to go. Well, I used to put, seems like 5 pounds at a time. I had this little glass Corningware roast. I still have it. Makes good country style pork ribs. Whew, the best. It's got a lid on it. So I used to cook my hamburger in that 5 pounds at a time. It was easier to do it in the oven than it was on top of the stove. But so yeah, I just wanted to tell you, I got my chicken done, and that roaster is the bomb. Yeah, I'm ready to put something in it for Thanksgiving. I don't know, a couple of turkey breasts maybe. I don't know if we'd eat a whole turkey, if just because I mean there's not that many of us, and there's like 8. If my niece can come, there'd be 9. So I think turkey breasts are kind of the way to go. Anyway, talking about this stall, I've done everything I'm supposed to do. Eat what I'm supposed to eat. Okay, the exercise again. We're gonna get to this article in a minute. Hold on. I was going to the Y. I went to the Y on my own, and then a couple times. And then this woman come and told me she could do better if I took the water walking class. Well, I took the water walking class, and my leg hurt. When I first did it on my own, my knee, not my leg, my knee hurt. Well, my right one is worse than my left one. When I have them replaced, I'm going to tell them, if I just do one at a time, do the right one first, because I can't lead with it. I can't put pressure. I can't even, if there's something down here on the floor, I want to kick it out of the way. I can't kick it out of the way with my right knee. The way the bones are in there, it's not possible. So my knee was hurting. I'm like, well, we'll see, right? We'll see. And she says, I can do better for you. Come do the water walking class. I'm like, I'll do the water walking class. So I did the water walking class. This is Thursday. I did the water walking class Monday. Well, I couldn't do it all because I don't have good balance. I can't squat. Doing the different things they did, I just stood there and just kind of marched in place. Some things I had to hold on to the side of the pool. So I did what I could do, right? I did the very best I could do. And that's all the woman asked. Well, excuse me. Every single time I get it all up on here. Jacob could drink better than me. Well, I get home Tuesday, my knee is hurting. I mean, it's hurting. Well, there's not another class until Wednesday, right? So my knee's hurting all day Tuesday. I get up Wednesday morning, it's so swollen and stiff, I can't hardly walk. I could hardly bend it to sit in this chair. It was so painful and so swollen. So I'm just like, okay, I'm quitting. I cannot, my knees are to the point of, yeah, water's good for your knees, but mine's past the point of water's good for my knees. Water is deteriorating my knees even further. I couldn't go that day. I couldn't even do my little dancing thing. I couldn't do my leg out to the side. Bend it. Oh my God, I can't even tell you how bad it hurt. So I'm like, well, I'm not going to do that. I can't walk. I tried that. That's when it made it worse. So obviously I can't do the movement in the pool. That made it worse. So I just quit the Y. Gonna go do my chair yoga, chair dancing, whatever you want to call it. Let me tell you who she is, because I have a lot of new followers since I have subscribers, whatever you want to call yourself, friends. My niece, rest in soul, rest her soul in peace. She would call them friends. Her friends. So y'all my friends. Dance Along Gal, G-A-L. I know I try to pronounce it properly. Dance Along Gal. Go look her up. She does. It's easy, gentle for some of us who can't move. We can't stand up. We can't run. We can't jog. We can't walk. We can't do my disco sweat like I used to love. Oh my gosh. I can't wait to get my knees. I'm going to do my disco sweat again. Yes, I am. So this is for us that have to be seated and doing exercise. She even did a song for me. I had commented on one of her videos after I found her about the song September, Earth, Wind, and Fire. And she did that for me. So if you play that song, you'll see in the top corner, she put a little picture of my, like, little YouTube strip with my picture on it, my little subscriber number, whatever. That tells you how far back she did that for me. I thought that was so sweet. That was so sweet that she did that for me. But go check her out. She's got the Bee Gees. She's got stuff like from the 50s, the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, the 90s. I don't know if she got the 2000s or not. Well, she may. I don't know. But she's got the oldies. And that's a shame that now we're to the point to where on classic rock, if you turn it to our classic rock radio, they play in the 90s as oldies. Honey. Hunty. Hunty. The 90s are not the oldies. Let's come on. No. We can't go there. So anyway, let's get back to this article. I just wanted to tell you, this is where I'm at. Get all that out of the way before we finish up on this article. So, I was telling you, okay, hold on, my nose itching, hold on. Okay, that means somebody's coming to see you. I don't want nobody to come see me. Don't come see me. I mean, like, yes, a friend can come see me. Not like these door-to-door people. Don't come see me. Don't knock on my door because you ain't getting nothing out of me. Let me just give you a little sidebar. If I don't initiate it, I ain't buying it. Let's get that straight. You can come to me and try to sell me anything you want to sell me. If I didn't come to you, I ain't buying it. Because you know why? I don't trust you. I'm just going to be honest. I don't trust nobody. I don't trust nobody. They all out there to take you for a ride. And they see this white hair and think, ooh, I got her. Oh, No, you do not. You do not know this white hair woman. She don't play that game. So anyway, that's our sidebar over. It tells you that the rapid weight loss at the first is like 2/3 water. And it goes on to talk about how your glycogen and how it's stored and how it's burned off. We've done that when we talked about sugar before, but the glycogen, it holds on to the water, and we talked about that in the video too. So I'm not going to go through all that. I wouldn't even know which video to link up there to talk about it. But anyway, it talks about that. So it says, when all that's happening, your glycogen's doing all it's doing, it's releasing water, you're losing the rapid weight, rapidly losing the weight, I guess you should call it. The body is temporarily out of balance during the rapid weight loss. 2 weeks, then the stall is actually the body getting back into a more sustainable balance. So your estimated 2-week time of the rapid weight loss, which mine was 2 weeks. 2 weeks. Then after that 2 weeks, the stall happens when your body's trying to regulate itself. So what to do? It just it tells you what to do. Is just keep drinking fluids. Maybe some salty broths, because salt helps your body keep up on hydration. So salt is not the devil. Yes, you can oversalt your food. And like if you sit down at the table with a salt lick, like you put out for deer. But even my nephrologist, he said I can have up to 3,000 milligrams a day. He said, and what you're shaking at the table ain't no drop in the bucket. So anyway, that's another sidebar. Salt ain't the devil. And it says you need it to help your proper hydration. Then it says eat according to your instructions given to you by your bariatric team, which is what I'm doing. Eating more or less is not going to break the stall. The body just has to work through this stage. It says your bariatric team is thinking long term, and so should you. That's the hard part. Here's the next one. Do not compare yourself to others. We talked about that the other day. That's what I've learned. You can't do it. The pace of weight loss at this early stage is not a good measure of whether you're doing a good job or not. So I have actually said in one of my posts on the Facebook group, I feel like I'm doing something wrong. I'm not doing anything wrong. I'm sitting right here in front of you telling you I'm not doing anything wrong. My body is 3 weeks away from major surgery. It's doing what it's doing. It's doing it on its own. It's not me. I can't control it. I can control what I eat, and I've been controlling that properly. So it's then it also says to weigh only once a week, not to step on your scale like every day, multiple times a day. Which I have to work on that. I've not this past week weighed every day, but like I weighed yesterday and thinking, oh Lord, you better act right tomorrow for weight. You better act right. And so I think staying the same is acting right because it's showing the gain. I'm gonna tell you what, if I showed a gain, if I had clocked the gain for the day, I don't know if I'd have made a video. I'd have been somewhere in the corner just like listen, when I used to work at the daycares, my stepmama's daycare, she don't have it no more, but I worked there and I cooked for them children one summer. I was the kitchen lady. Well, there was this one little boy. He acted up. He acted up every single day. I mean, every day. Every day he acted up. So they had a corner. When they acted up, they'd have to sit in that corner. So it was right there in the kitchen area. The daycare was in a small house, but it was set up great. And if you go over there, he was the culprit. He was the one, because you could sit there and watch him peeling the paper off the wall. Just sit there and just peel it, get down, get the paint. What? Yeah, they had that corner tore up like a mouse had done been up in there. Had that corner tore up. That was a fun summer. That was actually a fun summer, cooking for those little children. But that's when I quit doing what was my job? Mortgage loan processor. Okay, so I worked for my best friend. He owned the company. I've told y'all before. He said he wanted to invent an eyeball bra, so when he rolled his eyes, they would have somewhere to go. I think I just rolled my eyes back into my eyeball bra. Rest his soul too. I lost him too early. I lost him too early. He was only in his 40s. I miss that man. He was my best friend. I miss him. Over here, I got a picture. I keep it. This little thing that I made. It had like little. It's got little. It's like a 3. They had tiles in it. I guess you hang in the kitchen or whatever. And I took it out, and I put covered paper in there and put little bitty clothespins, and there's 3 of them. So the first picture is me and my 2 grandbabies, and when I get them, I get an updated picture and I add it to the thing. So that's like my 3rd picture on there, because I can only get it when Sebastian's down here. You know what I mean? The middle picture is Noelle and Holly and RJ. One of the very last pictures I ever got of her. Then me and my best friend. One of the last pictures I got of me and him together. So, I didn't mean to come on here and cry. We was doing all good. We was doing so good. And I just had to start talking about it. But I miss them. We'll just leave it at that. So, anyway. Excuse me. That is where I'm at with my weighing. Stay the same. I feel 100% certain I'm in the throes of that 3-week stall, which I hope is going to come to an end next week. I hope some of the weight starts coming off this week. I am just going to keep doing what I'm doing. I'm going to keep eating what I'm supposed to be eating. I'm not going to eat what I'm not supposed to eat. Having our party Saturday. Holly will be coming over. Y'all know it already. I'm going to talk about it anyways, because y'all know I love me some Halloween. Holly will be coming over Friday night, and we shall do all the prep work that we can do. We always get our, because I have a big bar counter. I don't know, whatever you want to call it, over here in my kitchen. It's a big one. when you see my groceries, you can see it's just like on the short end of it, and then there's a long end of it. So that's where we always spread our party out. So we'll put all of our party stuff out. We'll put all of the dishes. We will put a Post-it note inside of each dish. If the item is something, all we have to do is open and pour. We might set the box or the bag in the dish. Otherwise, we will put Post-it notes on every single dish, and we will know how to arrange it. The savory stuff together, the sweet stuff together, get the dishes arranged just properly. So all we have to do Saturday is finish our cooking and whatever it is we have to do, and then get it all out on the table, and then it's all ready. We get the tables with both the leaves put in it, get it spread out, we get it set up, everything clean, everything ready to go. So that's what we will do Friday. Then she'll be back over here early Saturday. We're not having the party until 5, so she doesn't have to come super early. We got a good little bit to do, like oven things, like one oven thing, and then we'll have to stop and do another oven thing, stuff like that. Finish up our brownie graveyard. Lou said in the comments when she goes to her great reward, please let her go to the brownie graveyard. That cracked me up. I'm with you, Lou. I'm with you all the way, because I'm going to tell you what, I could go for a brownie. Yes, I could. But anyway, I told you on my menu plan that I have already gotten my menu made. I've got my book over here, so everything, what we need to do, the whole menu's made. I know what my family's going to have, but I made a menu for myself, so I know what I'm going to have. I will be able to have deviled eggs. That's one thing that we're making that I will be able to have, and that will probably be my supper, is like 2 deviled egg halves, because that would probably equal a half a cup, and 1 boiled egg's worth. And you can have a boiled egg if you want a boiled egg for your dinner, your meal, whatever you want. And then I got some pudding. I made it yesterday because I ate all my other pudding. The first pudding I made on prep, I put a half a scoop of protein powder in it because I wasn't sure how the full scoop was going to do. So I thought, well, this time I'm going to go with the full scoop. It bumped the protein up. Plus, you can't tell a bit of difference. You can't tell because it's unflavored. It didn't mess up the texture of it. It's still nice and smooth and creamy. So I made a butterscotch and I made a chocolate. So then that would last me longer days than the 4 lasted me. So I'll have that while they're sitting around. Like I'll try to eat my supper first, like when the first go round is, and then like when the second go round, everybody goes back for a second wave. You know how them parties are. You get your first wave, okay. And you sit there and talk and laugh and carry on and cut up, and they're like, well, I think I'll just get me a little something else. And then everybody goes around for the seconds. That's probably when I'll eat my pudding. So I'll be able to eat with them both times. And I'm going to tell you what, I don't feel sorry for myself. I don't feel like, oh, woe is me, I can't have all the Halloween stuff. Would I like to have it? Heck yeah. I ain't going to sit here and lie to you and tell you, I have arrived at perfectionism. I don't even want that stuff. If I could still eat it, I could eat it. I would eat it. If I had not had this surgery, I'd be eating just like the rest of them. I would tell y'all up in here on this way in today that come Saturday, I plan on eating whatever I want to eat and how much of it I want to eat and deal with the fallout later. Because I've told y'all that before. When we've had Christmas or we've had this or that or the other, I have told you, I'm taking the day off. Going to eat what I want to eat. If I didn't have this little pouch in here that says nope, I would be eating all that stuff. Hey, hold on just a minute. So, I would be partying hardy with the rest of them, but I don't feel like y'all get to eat and I don't get to eat. No, I feel like I'm making this for my family because it's what me and Holly do. It's what we look forward to all year long. Is doing our Halloween party. We're doing some different stuff this year. She was excited. She goes, yes, so they'll be surprised. We don't have the same things because there's some things that are our favorites that we do every year that we're not doing this year. We're doing some different things. So no, I don't feel bad. I don't feel resentful. I don't feel none of that. I just feel like I'm ready to see my family. I'm ready for them to enjoy the things that we're going to make, and I'm just ready to be there with them, just having fun. Really, I'm not even lying. I'm not even making that up. I'm not even exaggerating. I really, in my heart, feel that way, and it's a good feeling. It's a good feeling to know that even though I'm like forced to feel this way, my heart's not forced. My body's forced. Don't get me wrong. My heart is not forced to do anything. My heart does what my heart does. Y'all can believe that. But my body is forcing me to not eat that stuff because I'm not going to eat the sugar because I don't want that dumping syndrome. I don't want to feel like that. I'm not going to eat the fat. I'm not going to overeat. Even if there are things on that table that maybe I could eat part of the mummy dog. Maybe I could just chop off some of that because the protein in the meat byproducts that are in that hot dog. We get the all beef hot dog, so whatever. The beef, there's protein in the hot dogs. I had looked, I could chop me up a hot dog. I chewed it really, really well. Because, I'm on soft foods. I could smush it. Weenies are in the mummy dogs are soft, right? Well, I'm not going to do that because I've already planned out what I'm going to plan, what I'm going to have. I'm going to have the deviled eggs and I'm going to have the pudding. If there wasn't a party going on around me, I could still have the same thing and not be upset. Watching David eat. I cook for David every day. Y'all know that. I cook for him every single day. There is no more going out to eat, at least not at this point. Maybe somewhere down the line, we'll be able to go out and share a meal. I'll just take a little bit off his plate because I can tell you right now, I can't see paying for a whole meal if I'm only going to be able to eat half a cup of it. Maybe I could get a side dish or a side order of something, and eat like that, but I can't see. And the chances of him eating the leftovers when we come home are slim and none because me and him eat differently. We eat the same when I cook, but when we're at a restaurant, we get different things. We do not get the same things. He likes what he likes, and I like what I like. So the chances that he's going to want my leftovers. Now, if I lived with RJ, let me tell you this. When the kids was home, RJ was all about some leftovers. Holly, eat like a bird. She eat like a bird. So if we would go somewhere and we would have something, or if she would go out with a friend and she would come home, she would have leftovers. There was a 3-day rule. If she had eaten her leftovers in 3 days, they was fair game and RJ would eat them. So when she knew she really wanted her leftovers, she would write, they give you the styrofoam boxes in most takeout leftovers. She would get her a pen and she would write on there, Holly's food, do not eat, hearts, the whole. So RJ knew, back off, hands off, do not touch. Because if there wasn't no markings on it 3 days, honey, it was gone. It was his. So if I lived with RJ, I would have no problems with some leftovers. He don't mind cold food neither. He's never been a picky eater. Lord, when he was a baby, he would eat anything I put. Now, he would eat beets and stuff like that when he's a baby, but he won't eat beets and stuff like that now. He grew up and got his own dead burned taste buds. I don't know what that's about. I asked Holly when they was over here. They was over here Tuesday. I said, okay, mean mommy. Just picking on her. I said, are you going to let him have anything for Halloween? She said, well, he can't eat the candy. She said, he does get sugar. On his birthday, I let him have a cake pop at Starbucks. Well, he turned a year old in August. Has he had anything since then? Who knows? Listen, you don't need sugar. We've had that video too. You do not need sugar. Ain't nobody nowhere in the world except for Momo gonna tell you need sugar. Well, on Halloween, baby boy got to have some kind of treat. I don't fight me. I'll preach to you all day long. You don't need sugar, but my grandbabies, they need something on Halloween. They do. A treat on Halloween ain't gonna make them go off their little baby children rails and go crazy. Listen, when Sebastian down here, Sebastian go, he won't. Listen, I do not follow my own rules. That I don't get to see him often enough, and he wants muffins or donuts or candy. That's what he gets. I told Holly, Feed Jacob like you want to. When he comes to my house, he's mine. Isn't that terrible? But she said, I'll give him something, whether it be like some little piece off a little Debbie cake or something, while we're sitting over there eating. I said, he'll eat them deviled eggs. She said, yes. Because when he was it was 4th of July. We had a cookout 4th of July. Was it 4th of July or Labor Day? 4th of July, I think. Little child was tearing up some deviled eggs. He had them up his nose, around his face. Oh my gosh, he was tearing them up. So I know he'll eat those. And there's some other things I know he'll be able to eat. But she said she would give him a little treat. But she started laughing when I called her, okay, mean mommy. She died laughing. Listen, he's finally started noticing flair. He goes over there and points and does his little duh, duh. That's his, everything that he points at is a duh, duh. He's not said his first word yet. Not sure when he's supposed to. I guess when he's supposed to is when he does. She said his first word is probably going to be Alexa. Because everything you do, he goes over, he looks. When he is over here with me, here's my chair, and there's a little table thing. It's a bedside table. It's got drawers in it. That's my little side table. That's where Alexa sits. So, oh gosh, he was little. We would play music. Well, he got to where now he comes over with his arms up, once on my lap. He's looking at Alexa. He's doing his version of singing because he's making all kind of little baby noises. And so then we tell her, sing this song, sing that song. He dances. That's his dance. He bounces. He claps his hands. That's what he does. When he comes over here, he wants on my lap. I guess he likes looking at her. He'll get down, but he'll turn around and come right back up on there. He likes Alexa, so Holly said that'll probably be his first word. So anyway, well, I think I'm gonna quit talking. I don't think I know nothing else. So maybe next week we'll have better news. All I can say is I got the surgery and I'm just at the mercy of my body. But if it could happen to anybody, you know what happened to me. Did I jinx it somewhere? Still, no. I ain't gonna get down on myself because I still lost 33 pounds in 5 weeks. Somebody tried that. That was me. That wasn't even the surgery. I don't know. Listen, I just don't want to be stalled next week. I want to have some kind of loss. I've got to get this ball rolling. I got some new knees. I got places to go, people to see, things to do. I told David, I said, okay, honey. I said, you better save your money because I am going to run you ragged and spend it all. He just laughs because he knows. We talked about this other day. Y'all know he got his 69 Camaro. If y'all are new here, his dream, his pretty much whole life is to have a 69 Camaro that he could restore himself. Well, he finally got it. And he's waiting to finish getting the building wired because the garage out there, the building, whatever you want to call it, we call it both, is not wired. He's waiting on a second electrician's estimate, which hadn't come in yet because the first one was, woo, sky high. Let me tell you, we're like, seriously? He said, think of all the car parts I could buy with that. I'm thinking to myself, you think all the stuff I can spend with that too. But where was I going with this story? Where was I going with that story? He got his 69 Camaro. It's out there in the building. And what was I going to tell you? Why was I telling you that? Lord have mercy. I don't remember. I thought gotcha. We was talking the other day. I said, when you get to working on your car, we're going to have to make a deal. Because when I get fixed, I'm going to want to go places. And you're going to want to work on your car. I said, we're going to have to split our weekends up. You get a day and I get a day. He said, that sounded fair. Like, we get a day to go and do what I want to do. Because I got a bucket list over here. There's things I want to do that There's going to be something going on every weekend. I'll tell you that right now until I get really, really tired. And he's going to want to work on his car. So we're just going to share the weekend. He can work on his car all he wants up until I get my knees fixed. And then we'll start sharing. Listen, call me mean wife. He said, ask RJ if he wants to work this weekend. I said, doing what? Because it's party. Hanging light fixtures. He said, my light fixtures are supposed to come in Friday. He said, so hanging light fixtures. I'm like, you can hang them Sunday, but you're not hanging them Saturday. He was just standing looking at me. He was right back here talking. He goes, because he came in, he said, by the way, before I forget, he said, you have to sign for these light fixtures. He got them off Amazon. He said, 1,000 times cheaper than Lowe's. And for some reason, this particular company makes you, well, not for some reason, I guess because they're big, giant, expensive light fixtures, you have to sign for them. So he said, if I'm in the bed or whatever, just listen for them so you can sign for the things. And so he's sending back here, and I'm like, you can work Sunday? And he's just looking at me. I said, you're not working Saturday. I said, because I've been married to you for 40-some years. Not really. Not quite 30. Almost 30. I said, and I know you. You will get out there and you will get busy and you will be in the middle of something and you will not want to stop and you will be in here while everybody's here taking a shower and you will ruin my party. So no, you will not be working on Saturday. He was like, okay. Bless his heart. He's not whooped. He ain't no whooped man, but he is good to me. He knows if it would drive me crazy, he can be out there peddling, but he can't be doing nothing like that because he will forget about time and he'll be like, oh, I got 10 minutes, and then a half hour later, and I can't be in here stressing about that. I can't be in here stressing that he's going to be in here trying to take a shower, get ready. Everybody's already here, and he's going back and forth. No, I can't do it. So I just had to put my little wifey foot down. We'll see if it works. Or RJ ain't coming Saturday. So, well, he's coming to the party, but he ain't coming to work. He's coming to work Sunday. But he won't be able to hang them by himself. He can go out there and pedal and look at his car if he wants to, but then he'll come on up in here and get ready. So that's all I'm going to talk about. That's all I'm going to talk about today. I don't think I can think of nothing else. So wish me luck for next week's weigh-in. Just wish me luck. Okay, that's all I know. And I'll see you. I don't know when I'll see you. There ain't going to be no meal prep this week. So won't be no video Saturday. I mean, I'll film so everybody see our little table, our little spread, whatever you want to call it, our little Halloween party, food. But I won't be making a video Saturday, so I don't know. How about this? What I tell you, I'll see you when I see you.